Good morning, business owners. Today we're going to be talking about social media. And I did this quick infographic to give you a really clear picture of what you need to do when you're starting an online business. And this is primarily for new business owners. So if you're starting out, you may not be 100% sure what you need to be doing on social media. So this really quick video is going to give you more direction on how you can use social media to get the most out of it. You don't want to just be on social media just for the sake of being on social media. And a lot of times when you're starting out, you really don't know what to say. You may not have an audience yet, but hopefully you have a topic or a niche. And so my advice to you, just starting out, is to do research on your niche, on the problems, the pain points, the challenges that are being experienced by people that you want to be in your audience. So if you don't have an audience yet, you want to visualize who you want to work with, who will be the best fit for whatever your product or service is. And so then you can actually come up with topics that will address the needs of your potential or your future audience. That will also attract people to your business. So when you start talking about things that people are having problems with, that will attract them to your business. So, the big headline here in this infographic is social media creates followers, but followers don't pay the bills. So, the bottom line is you want to start your business in a way that helps you start putting money in your pocket as quickly as possible. Wasting time on social media using vanity metrics like, oh, I have 1,000 followers. There are people who have tens of thousands of followers who can't make a dime. And the reason that they have all these followers are many. There are so many different reasons. You would really have to, go down a zillion different rabbit holes to figure out why people are not becoming followers or they're not becoming customers. But the thing that you want to do is you want to use social media as an attraction tool. So just think about social media as a way to get people to your platform, whatever platform you're using to run your business, whether it's a blog or a website, or maybe you have a shop where you sell things. You want to get people to your platform. Once they're on your platform, then you need to have things on that platform that will help them take the next step. Now, we're not going to talk about the next steps and all of that, but the thing that you want to keep in mind, because we're going to stay focused in this video on social media, you want to make sure that you are using social media as just visualize a big gigantic magnet that pulls in only the people that are going to be a good fit for your products. And realizing that when someone is a follower, that's great. You definitely want followers. But until you take those followers and turn them into either a lead or a customer, then they're not going to help you get to the point where they're helping you pay your bills, right? And that is your goal. So the job of social media is to convert visitors to leads or subscribers. And you do that using email or text messages or some other communication um, vehicle that will allow you to have regular communication. Because when you have followers, let's face it, a lot of these social media platforms will only show your content to followers that the algorithm picks. So let's say that you have 10,000 followers. Only a very small proportion or percentage of those people are going to see your post. So the goal is, when someone sees your post, they become a follower. That is going to be the moment that you want to give them options to become more than a follower. You want to make sure that you're including calls to action and things that they can do to take whatever that next step will be. So leads have potential, and then customers pay the bills. Followers have potential to become leads only if you are using social media as that attraction tool. And you want to strike while the iron is hot, because there's so many other people on social media that you are competing with. And so when someone sees your content, they like it so much that they become a follower, you want to make sure that there's something there that leads them to that next step. So followers are not customers. They like your content, they might engage, they might share, but they don't buy, or they haven't bought up to that point. So for that reason, followers don't pay the bills. Customers equal revenue. They trust you, they value your offer, they take action, and they pay. So here we have a funnel, and you've probably seen a lot of people talk about funnels. You've probably seen this funnel before. This is really important, and this is something that you want to also keep in mind throughout your business journey. So visitors are people who are followers who have come to your platform, your site, your shop, whatever it is that you have, where it's basically your home base. So your platform is your home base. On that platform, you need to have something there that will allow your visitors or your followers to take that next step. Once they take the next step, then it's up to you. The ball is back in your court to nurture your leads. And that means building trust, providing value, and solving problems. And then once you do that in a way that really positions you as an authority, as someone who knows what they're doing, as someone who is trustworthy, then the goal is, that they will eventually become a customer. Now, that may not happen. Like, someone may land on your site one day, and then it may be 4 or 5 months to a year before they actually buy something. And a lot of people, especially in this day and time, they need to know that you are trustworthy and that you know what you're doing. And so once you have established that and you're consistent, they know that they can depend on you, that your business is not going to be here today and gone tomorrow, then a lot of times they will go ahead and make a purchase. Now, the other thing is creating compelling offers, because I've had people land on my site maybe the first time and make a purchase. Now, they're not going to spend $10,000 with me without knowing a little bit more about my business. But if you have let's say that you have an offer or a product or a service that is, I would say, maybe $100 or less, or even $50 or less. A lot of new visitors will make a purchase. If you have something that is kind of a, low ticket item that they can kind of test the waters, they're not going to be spending a whole lot of money, they'll go ahead and make that purchase. But you just want to position yourself in a way, you want to create leads, as many leads as possible, and then you want those leads to convert to customers. So then at the bottom of this funnel, and as you can see, the other thing that I want to point out is that when someone visits, you have lots of visitors to your site. Then some people are going to drop off. They're going to visit your site and say, I'm not going to sign up because this isn't really what I thought it was. That's okay. Some of those folks will drop off. You have leads. Some of your leads may, after they get your information, they may decide, I think this is not really what I'm looking for. So some of them may drop off. That's okay as well. Because what this does is this whole process, it basically helps you sift through. And if you think about it, this kind of looks like a sifter as well. But when you sift through, you're going to come out on the other end with people who are really interested in your company. And when you have people who are really interested in your company, they make a purchase, then you have the opportunity to get a referral. You have an opportunity to get a repeat customer, so someone who buys from you more than once. And you have the ability to expand. You know, a lot of times when people are happy, they will tell their friends and family about your business, or they will share your posts or your content online. And so, you know, this really does help you to expand your business. This funnel represents an opportunity. Okay, so you can have thousands of followers and still not make a dime. And that's the thing that I want you to take away from this. You can really get caught up in social media vanity metrics, and you know, those don't really tell the full story. So it may appear on the outside that people are doing so great online when the reality is they are not able to make a dime. Okay. And so don't look at someone else's business and think, oh, wow, they're making so much money because they have all these followers. Followers do not pay the bills. Okay. Customers pay the bills. So that's your goal. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will respond. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.